Bassem Eid is one of the top leading Palestinian human rights advocates. He has won numerous international awards, including one from McGill University in Canada. We recently met in Jerusalem to discuss the main issues that matter to Palestinian society.
I am Bassem Eid. I am a Palestinian who born in the old city in East Jerusalem. So I started my human rights career with the Israeli organization B'Tselem. I work as a researcher for B'Tselem, documenting violations committed by the Israeli army in the occupied territories in the West Bank or in the Gaza Strip. In '96, I decided to resign from B'Tselem and to create a Palestinian organization in terms to focus on the Palestinian Authority human rights violations.
Bassem was arrested by the Palestinian Authority for his activism. After intense international pressure, he was released. He continues to educate people about the massive human rights abuses committed by the Palestinian Authority, though the international community and NGOs often turn a blind eye.
Unfortunately, I don't think that the Palestinian Authority is aware on the demands of their own people. I think that the Palestinian Authority is living in one valley and the Palestinian society in another valley. There is no communication. I don't believe that the Palestinians has any kind of trust in their own leadership.
This lack of trust is largely due to the massive corruption that exists in the Palestinian Authority. Over $31 billion has been invested in Palestine by the international community in the past 20 years. However, the money is rarely used to help the average-day Palestinian and benefit Palestinian society.
We have no idea where that money has been spent. We have no idea. We're just hearing about hundreds of millions of dollars, which is transferred at the end of the month from so many countries around the world. No one Palestinian almost benefited from such billions of money which has been transferred to the Palestinian Authority since Oslo until now. I didn't see that the Palestinian Authority ever built a university or a hospital or a clinic or even a kindergarten. So probably you have to ask the funders themselves who are sending the money where that money has been spent and how that money has been spent. Today, we as a society, we are talking a lot about the corruption of the Palestinian Authority, and unfortunately, the international community is still keeping blind eyes on that corruption.
With its leadership corrupt to its core, I asked Bassem what is the most important issue for Palestinian society.
I think that the average Palestinians right now are much more concerned about their own dignity, not about identity. And dignity means that people are seeking a kind of an economic prosperity to ensure their own future and their own children's future. If you will come today to any ordinary Palestinian and asking him what are the most three priorities that you are seeking, he will say a job to survive, to secure the education system and the health system for my children. Nobody is talking about settlements. Nobody is talking about the wall. Nobody is talking about the foundation of the Palestinian state. And that's giving me the impression that people are much more worried about their own future rather than about the future of politics.
But it is this future that holds the region in limbo. Palestinian society is split into two main sections, one controlled by Hamas, who openly advocates for the destruction of the State of Israel, the other controlled by the PLO. Can these two organizations coexist?
Forget any kind of reconciliation or any kind of unity between the Fatah and the Hamas. And unfortunately, while the international community right now is demanding two-state solution for two people, I think that the Palestinian leadership is demanding three-state solution for two people, because Hamas is fighting for their own Islamic emirate in Gaza. The Fatah is fighting for his own empire in the West Bank and the State of Israel.
One body that supposedly can bring some peace to the internal issues of Palestinian society is the Arab League. But do they actually care?
I'm not quite sure that there is one Arab country which is in favor. If you will take the Palestinian case from 48 till 67, the West Bank and East Jerusalem used to be under the Jordanian rule. Gaza Strip used to be under the Egyptian rule. Did the Egyptians or the Jordanians between 48 and 67 try to create a Palestinian state? Did the Egyptians and the Jordanians between 48 and 67 even try to link between the Gaza Strip and the West Bank? So if you are asking me, since in the past 47 years, since 67 war until today, I'm not quite sure that the Arabs are interested in the foundation of the Palestinian state, and the most of the Arab countries right now is stuck in their own mud.
Turning to Israel, I asked Bassem about what the Israeli government can and should do.
The Israeli government should have also to look towards the future of the Jewish people. In my opinion, the continuation of the occupation will never ever benefit the Jewish people. I think that the Jewish people, if they are really seeking their own Jewish country and their own strong country in the Middle East, I think that they must have to create any kind of initiative towards peace. With the current situation, I don't believe that Israel can be the strongest country in the Middle East. I think on the other side that the Palestinians still deserve a state, and I think that the Israelis should have to help the Palestinians to create their own state. Because if there is somebody who is care about the Palestinians, in my opinion, the Israelis rather than the Arabs.
Don't miss Bassam's views on the role the media plays in portraying Israel in part 2 of our interview with a Palestinian commentator. For the Rebel Media, I'm Miguel Hecht.